Hello, my name's Annabelle Brennan. I'm an exercise physiologist at the QE, which is part of Ballarat Health Services. So I'm going to be talking about stretching. So I've already done one clip on dynamic stretching, which is a more moving stretch, and this clip is going to be about static stretching. So static stretching would be a better form of stretching after you've done some exercise as a way to loosen up muscles that have worked quite hard, that are feeling a bit tired or tight. So this is much more of a stretch which you take some time over, and you'd want to hold these stretches anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds. Up to your comfort. So if it is feeling uncomfortable or too much, then cut those stretches a little bit short, and maybe on the second time round you might increase those stretches. So I'm going to give you a few examples of stretching the main muscle groups in our body. So we're going to start off with some calf stretches. So you can use your table or a chair for support, and you want to take one big step back using your support, so a table or a chair, and you're going to bend both knees slightly. So it can be difficult to do, but you want that back knee to be bent slightly and keeping your heel down to the floor. So you should feel this stretch down towards the bottom of your calf and in towards your Achilles. So of course you want to do that on both sides, and then you're going to do similar, big step back, holding onto something for support, trying to be as relaxed as you can. This time you're going to keep that back leg straight. You're going to bring the front knee in towards whatever you're holding on to, keeping the back leg straight. Now you should feel that stretch more in your calf, so higher up and maybe even behind your knee. Some people even feel it in the back of their thigh. So that's stretching your calves. You're going to do that on both sides and twice. And then we're going to stretch hamstrings, so the back of our legs. So using your chair, you're going to sit up nice and tall. So posture is important. You want to be sitting nice and tall, shoulders are down and relaxed. Your chest feels open, but you're not pushing your chest forward. I'm going to go sideways on so you can see. You're going to straighten one leg out with that heel resting on the floor. Sit up nice and tall, like I said, almost with a little bit of an arch through your back. You may feel a stretch here already. If you don't, use your bent knee for support and lean forward until you feel a nice stretch. So you're in control of this stretch. You only go to where it feels comfortable. There should be no shaking. There should be no tension at all. If it feels too tight, then back off a little bit. And then of course you're going to do the same on the opposite side. To stretch out through the muscles in your hips and your buttocks, we're going to straighten one leg, rest the other leg over the top of that leg and slowly bring it up. You can use your hand for support and help if you need. So now you've got one knee bent, holding onto that leg if you need to. Again, sit up nice and tall. This should give you a stretch in through your hip and into your buttock. If you're not feeling a stretch, then you're going to lean slightly forward. So again, only to where it's comfortable. There shouldn't be no discomfort at all. It should feel nice. And of course, you do the same on the opposite side. So when you're doing your stretches, it's important to think about nice deep breaths in and out. So when I suggested maybe 10 to 30 seconds of holding a stretch, instead of counting, maybe instead count how many breaths you do. And that'll remind you to breathe nice and deeply in and out. And of course, then same on the opposite side. So we've done pretty much the lower limbs. We will try to do the front of the thigh. So there's many different ways you can do that. Holding on to some support. If you feel comfortable, you can hold on to your foot or the back of your, at the back here, and then drop the knee down and push the hips forward. So if I go sideways onto you, the knees are together, so you haven't lifted that knee up and you're not pulling it back. So you should feel a nice stretch down through the front. But for some people that's really difficult to hold on to your own foot. So holding on to support, you can rest your foot on a chair and do the same. So you're thinking about pushing through, pushing those hips forward, stretching through the front, and then release. So again, you're going to do the same on both sides. Now thinking a little bit about our arms. So stretching out through your arms and the top part of your back. We're going to link our hands in together like this. You're going to pull your arms away and drop your chin down to your chest without losing your glasses. And stretch through the top part of your back. Nice deep breaths in and out. And then you're going to do the same but behind your back. So lock your hands behind your back and looking up, pull those arms away for a nice stretch across the front here, across your chest. Holding on to your desk for some support, you're going to reach that arm up and over, push the hip out slightly so you made a nice arc all the way down this outside here, and you've got support of your desk. And then you're going to do the same on the opposite side. And then to help strengthen up through, stretch through the whole of your back, using your desk or a table for support, you're going to rest your arms on the table, bend your knees just a little bit, and then drop your head down between your arms. So a nice stretch for your back and your shoulders and your arms. And slowly coming back up. So, just as a little recap, always do your stretches to comfort. Always try to breathe through your stretches, so count your breaths rather than counting up to 30. So usually about 5 nice deep breaths in and out slowly will be about 20 seconds. Always do it both sides and try to do it twice through. Second time round, usually you get a little bit more out of your stretch. And think about trying to stay in your happy place. So it's always comfortable, never shaking. There's never any feeling of pulling. It should be a pleasant feeling. I hope this is helpful for you.